You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is still in Africa, and we got a friend to the room who had no idea that she was going to be on The Breakfast Club this morning.
No idea. I'm so scared.
But what's wrong with surprises?
Ready to talk about her vagina.
I thought I was going to talk to my vagina, talk about my vagina to Angela Yee on lip service, and then I was wondering why I was here, and then I got confused, and I seen you. I was like, oh, maybe we're going to use a studio. So
it's Jasmine Brand.
Jasmine Brand from the Jasmine Brand. Jasmine Brand is a website that has always supported us collectively as the Breakfast Club and in our individual endeavors. So we're happy to have her here.
And
today.
we use a lot of your stories on the Breakfast Club as well.
I appreciate it. Well, I was just thinking the other day, I was just like, wow. I remember when the show started. I remember all the Ray J stuff. And I remember this, like, websites and blogs really held y'all down. I feel like we're really supportive. And
Absolutely.
I was just like, that's really cool to see. I mean, that's not the sole reason why you guys are successful. But
Yes,
I feel
it is.
like, okay.
One of them.
Yeah.
I would give that like 40%, 50%, honestly, because we didn't have any marketing or promotion or anything like that. iHeart didn't push that button yet.
Right, yeah.
So it was real grassroots with the blogs and
It
stuff.
was, yeah. And I remember the Ray J and the just like the little moments and like early stuff that happened.
That's interesting because we just had Ray J on
I
recently.
heard.
Yeah, and we were talking about that with him, how he kind of helped us out a lot in the beginning.
He did. Ray J and the blogs.
Unbeknownst to him, he didn't know that was going to be the reason why the Breakfast Club actually...
Yes, Ray J's alcohol and substance abuse problem definitely helped us out.
It did,
early
yeah.
on.
Yeah, someone's downfall really helped you guys.
So your real name is Jasmine Brand.
Yeah, my last name is not Brand,
Okay.
but I go by that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I don't know why. I don't even know. I can't even remember how I came up with the name. I started the site like years ago. It was really only like kind of like Media Takeout, Nicole Bitchie, maybe Concrete Lube, the YBF I think were around. And I can't really remember. I've always kind of been interested in like how people are fascinated with celebrities. So I kind of started the site as a hobby, and I was always into like branding things and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I came up with the name of the site. And my name is Jasmine.
I always like when black people put their name on the website. Because that was something that Perez Hilton did.
Yes.
And it really worked for him.
It did.
Nicole Bitchie
Nicole did
Yeah, that's
that.
why I was glad when Nicole did it. I was glad when Karen Civil did it because like the white bloggers tend to put their names on things.
Right. Yeah, looking back, if I knew that it was going to take off, because I feel like now we're, thankfully we've grown and we have a staff of like almost 20. And I think people think that I'm writing the stories.
Right.
And I'm really not as involved. So people come up to me like, yo, y'all. And a lot of times I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't write it. And number two, I don't really know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I probably would have named it something differently had I really thought strategic. But I started off as a hobby. I wasn't trying to get paid. Like I was just like, this is cool. I can write. Let me try to do things objectively, not be messy, and trying to give like a different perspective on kind of what was going on in terms of like pop culture and celebrity stuff.
And you had a day job. You did PR?
I did PR. I was a marketing director. I was a communications director. I worked in corporate America. They found out about the site and were like, kind of like, you can't have this site and talk about Kim Kardashian being topless and have, and then be the spokesperson for our company or whatever. So they essentially like told me I had to pick.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. Well, and the thing is, I never wanted to do this full time. This was fun. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took off, and I was breaking stories and stuff. But I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. Like I didn't want to have to pay for people. I didn't want to have to,
Pay for people.
I mean, I didn't want to have to pay.
Right.
I didn't want a staff. Like I just wanted it to be me. This is going to be fun. I didn't want to pay taxes on it. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. So they gave me the decision. I'm like, well, my father's an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? So he's always had that kind of. He would like plant little seeds or whatever. And the whole saying, if you're gonna bet on anybody, you might as well bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have any money saved because it was like
You didn't anticipate that happening.
I didn't. But the thing is, I never would have quit my job unless they forced me to do it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where sometimes you need to make a decision, and you just are kind of like, kind of like pussyfooting around the decision or whatever, and then God kind of makes you.
It was a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise. But yeah, I would have saved money. I would probably name the site something else. I would have, done
But
some
you're making
things
money
differently.
though, right? It's like this is your career. You're making a living.
Yeah, we make really, really good money.
Yeah.
I think, and it's not something, I'm not trying to brag, but I feel like people don't really, I think we're always kind of the underdog, and people don't really know. We make really good money. We have a staff. We have correspondents. We have people that go to the courthouses. You know what I mean? So we make really good money.
Yeah, we've watched the brand grow throughout
right?
the years from when you guys first started up until now. Now, what are some of the biggest stories that you've broken?
Sierra and Future suing each other. Probably one of the bigger ones. No one believed us when we told you guys that Tiny was leaving T.I.
I don't know if we still believe that.
Well, she did leave him. She
Right
moved
now.
out. They filed for divorce.
Yeah.
I'm off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. some of the Lil Wayne stories we broke.
Y'all get scoops now though. Like people be sending y'all stuff.
People, we get a lot of exclusives. We get a lot of the lawsuits we break, and then like TMZ or somebody will come and like scoop them or whatever. And they're big, so it kind of comes with the territory. But we get a lot of people kind of trust us with their information. So even if we'll do a story and the celebrity will come out and say, I didn't say that we're not going to be like, well, actually, your sister told us, or whatever.
Right, you can't give up your
No. We and you can trash us all day. We broke you guys. I mean, people still don't believe it, but the whole Janae and Big Sean thing, we broke that. They really weren't. That situation really did happen. I can't say how. I mean, it really happened. Like big stories like that. We've been blessed to be able to get people trust us where they know we're not going to share.
How do you know when you get a scoop how credible it is? Because sometimes you have to make that decision. Like, if this story is real, that's amazing. But what if it's not?
Right. Well, the thing is, it depends on. The thing is, it depends on the person that submitted it, the writer, because like we have contributors, and some people I'm like, I feel like they're not as reliable yet in this game. I don't know if I can trust that information. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll just pull it like, can we not? I don't think we should. I'm not comfortable running that because that just sounds so unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? And there are big stories that we passed on because I was just like, I'm just something in my gut feels like it's just not right. And then also, you guys know celebrities plant stories.
Right.
Oh,
They sure do.
absolutely.
They plant stories and then they lie and then they, it's just. And they DM their own stuff, and they're so hungry for attention now with social media, where you can't. It's a lot of stuff unless you see it or hear it for your own, yourself. You can't really judge or trust it.
It works for them. Like even the other day when you had that whole "Who Bit Beyonce" debacle,
right?
Yeah, people just. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Nobody even said it was you. So
well, and that's
you just
what makes
your name in the story.
And people do that because they want to get mentioned. And the thing is, these celebrities are purposely commenting because they know people will repost it and they get attention that way. So it's really kind of annoying and like sad, sometimes. But I mean, it makes our job easier.
What are some stories right now that you don't really believe?
That I don't believe?
Yeah. Like, sometimes there's celebrity dating stories that you're like, okay, this is clearly.
I'm still not convinced that Black China is really.
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't believe it. I mean,
Black China and who?
And
YBN Almighty J.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I saw her out. I was at a dinner. He wasn't there. I mean, I don't believe it.
What would be the point of planting? Like, what's the point of that?
Well, because I think the thing is, I don't think Black China needs the press, but I feel like maybe she feels like she does. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't understand why she would do something like that when we talk about her anyway.
Right.
So I just can't. I can't see her with a guy that young.
You think some celebrities are so addicted to just being in the tabloids that they can't take it if someone's not talking about them for a day?
I do. I feel like it's addictive. It's like a drug. And fame really is like a drug. I feel like people, start to feel like I'm not relevant anymore. This is scary. I'm getting older. You can't keep up with these young girls. Like these young girls, there's always, you can't compete, especially if you're relying on your beauty.
Right.
You really can't compete when it comes to, being relevant because of your appearance.
I'd rather just be a content creator, which we are, and have people just critique the content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As opposed to doing thirsty things for attention.
Right.
And that's something I've never done. I've always tried to do my
You
job,
used to pee
mind
in
my
the street.
business. Huh?
You used to pee in the street.
Did you pee in the street? You must really had to go. I peed on the side of 95
I think
before.
every woman has peed outside at some point. If you've been out and about and gone to clubs, it's impossible. I can tell you every single woman I know has at some point peed outside.
Absolutely.
So
I just said on the
and
side
guys do it all the time.
They do.
And if we truly want equality,
we must pee in the street.
Charlamagne peed outside and farted and almost got arrested.
I thought you don't fart. Do you fart? Like in,
Not in
like,
my clothes.
In your clothes. Yeah.
And I wasn't farting in my clothes that time because I had my pants.
So
I was
why is
really
that
drunk.
okay?
No, I was really drunk and I had my pants all the way down to my knees, so like my ass was out. So I farted.
So what happens if
I
you?
shit on myself actually.
Oh, you did?
You sharted.
Yeah, a little
So
shot.
my grandma used to say you thought like lit, thought you farted, but you shit.
Because I was peeing, and my cousin Tony said to me, yo, if you get caught peeing in New Jersey, you got to register as a sex offender. So I
Right.
started laughing
You get
so
on the
hard
list.
that I farted and sharded.
So let me ask you this: if you really have to fart, like say, I mean, you're not gonna do it in the studio, but if you really
Yes,
had to
he
fart,
will.
No, I wouldn't. I go to the bathroom.
so you just run to the bathroom,
Yeah, go to the bathroom. I walk, pull my
and then you
pants
just
down.
pull your pants down, and then you pull them
So
back
you
up.
hold it all
My
that time.
farts don't, my fart, I know when my farts are coming. They just don't my booty ain't loose. They just don't drop out.
Okay. all
Like,
right.
I know when they
Not even
coming.
after that fettuccine Alfredo you had?
You had that for breakfast?
No, I had that for dinner last night.
Oof.
Lunch, actually, which is a bad idea.
Oof.
Now, Mahir Fado.
Meyer Fatto.
Did I pronounce the last name right?
Meyer Fatto, yeah.
Meyer Fado. She's really the co-owner of Jasmine brand?
It's a he. He's a co-owner of the site. He invested in the site early. He and I both run the site. He does all the business. He's really really low key. You've met him before.
Yeah, he's rich.
He's
Let's get that money, Jasmine.
No, we are rich.
I know.
He's richer than me.
But ain't he like an equity firm or something like?
Yeah, he just invested in a restaurant. It's so funny. He's gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're talking about me. He invested in a restaurant, some movies, some other things, working on some apps. So he
So
makes
why
money.
does he like celebrity gossip so much?
He don't care.
It's about making money.
He likes making money.
Right. And that actually makes perfect sense to me because I think it's great when people can partner up and team up on something when somebody brings a different skill than you bring. So now you can concentrate on doing your job.
Yeah, because when he found out what I was charged, first of all, I used to charge based on my mortgage and my car note, like for,
I need
wanted to pay
another
the bills.
$800.
I just need to pay my bill. Yeah,
Right.
so he's a strict businessman and he doesn't have any emotion and he kind of manages like the person that manages our staff. So he's really good and he's really like, he's the buffer. I don't talk to people like that either. Like I'm kind of like low, even though I'm in LA, I don't really go out like that. People like him. People don't really care for me like that. So
Why?
Because they think I'm writing about them on the site.
Oh.
So he don't even really know what's going on. But people he's the business guy. He makes all the deals and he invests in other stuff. But we got some other things that we're working on we can't talk about yet that'll kind of help elevate where the site is going and me personally and stuff.
Do these other bloggers and blog sites, do they like you? Like,
I don't know. I've never had any issues with any. The thing is, we don't consider ourselves like a blog. I feel like a blog is me sitting at home, me, whatever. I consider
websites.
I consider like we have an entertainment site. I'm not concerned about what other blogs and sites are doing. Honestly, I want to be on the level of like breaking stories, like Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter. Like that's the kind of stuff I want. You know what I mean? So no one never really says anything. I hear people say things like, why are they getting this or why are they getting that or that kind of thing. But it doesn't. I mean, it's part of you guys. Just like radio, y'all have. I don't think y'all have beef, but people probably have beef with y'all.
People really
Everybody
don't like
got beef with us right now.
But you don't,
especially right now. I don't know why.
But do y'all care though?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
It's part of the job.
Even if I was a teacher, I'm sure somebody wouldn't like me that taught 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of part of, whatever your business. Yeah, it's life. It's any industry that you work in.
I appreciate it because, you've been around just as long as us, I believe. Like,
yeah.
We've been here. This will be our 8th year right here.
I think I've been. Yeah, I guess so. I thought I had the site for 7 years. Maybe I haven't had it for 8 years. I don't know.
Ours will be 8 in November.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be 8 years in November.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like you was
Wow.
around the same time we all started together. So the way I look at it is we've been around for almost 8 years. If people still talking about us and still caring about our content,
Right.
great.
Well, and I think it just kind of speaks to longevity, and it's not about. It's just about like enduring and growing and having tunnel vision and not worry about what other people are doing. I think that's with any industry. That's a blessing. A lot of people were in and out,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it really is just a blessing.
Do celebrities ever get mad at you?
Yes, absolutely.
And you so recognizable with the pink
I
braids.
know.
Well,
I think that's a good thing.
Listen, okay, this is the hair thing. First of all, I had a blonde like bush thing or whatever, and I used to do the carpets myself, and I wanted people to stop. So I was like, I need to do something to stand out with my hair or whatever. So I went to the hair salon, and I was like, hey, I want to do like a patch or something, and they were like, what color? I was like, well, let's just put all the colors out, and everybody voted on pink, so I just went with pink. It's not no deep story or anything. So now I'm kind of stuck with it. I feel like for a while.
Right. That's your branding. That's
yeah,
Jasmine brand.
yeah. So I kind of do. People don't know what my face looks like. I'll just cover my hair if I don't want people to see me. People don't know what my face looks like. But if my hair is out, people stop me and. Hey.
What about relationships with people? Like, let's just say, you met somebody, you cool with them. Say there's a big story on Charlemagne, right? You've interviewed him on the site before.
Right.
And you find out Charlemagne likes 9.5-inch dildos. And
Right.
somebody
That's
sends you a
envy
video.
story. Don't give me envy
Right.
rumors.
I'm
envy
making
story.
something hypothetical.
Okay.
Okay, let's say you have video and everything of
Right.
him like getting a dildo shoved up his butt.
Right.
Would you post that video or would you do that story being that Charlemagne?
Well, see, I make a conscious decision not to have celebrity
It's
friends.
an exclusive, though.
Okay, so let me start by saying I make a conscious decision not to have celebrity friends. Okay, I don't have any celebrity friends for the most part.
That's smart.
Okay, and that's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, because I know him, like I don't have his number, but I would hit him up like, hey, look, this is what I got. You want to give me a statement?
I'd be
And
like,
then what if he's like,
that's envy. That was envy's dildo.
I'm like, you want to give
Envy, like-
you want to give me a statement because it's going up. Like the thing about
okay, so you give him a heads up that it's going to
I'm
happen.
gonna give him a heads up. Like, hey, like you want to give me a statement?
What would that headline be?
Charlamagne borrows DJ Envy's 9.5-inch dildo for his own personal use, I think.
Maybe something like that. Maybe. But I mean, the thing is, if it's a story, like, it's out there. Like, it's not my job to protect you. That's why I don't have celebrity friends. Like, I'm not a publicist. I'm not, people ask us to take down things and not run things. I'm like, for what?
What if it's something that could ruin someone's career, marriage, life?
There are times when
moral decisions.
There are times when I'm a little cautious. I'll hold off on something, and I will reach out to. I'll tell them to reach out, especially if I have like a high buy relationship with somebody. They know, the staff for the most part knows who Meyer and I have relationships with. So they'll try to, like, hey, I'm reaching out for comment. They haven't responded. Can you hit them up? And I'll try give people the courtesy. But y'all. TMZ know everybody. They run anything. Like, nobody gets mad at them. So cut it out.
TMZ does reach out. TMZ always reaches out.
No,
always.
I'm not talking about not reaching out. I'm saying, like, it's very hard to get them not to run a story.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And there's things that they won't run, because I remember I had this DL Hughley story when I had him on Lip Service.
Yeah, I listened to that.
And TMZ was like, oh, this is, we wanted to run this, but we think it's too much of a touchy subject.
Really?
Yes, that's true. TMZ gets some really wild stuff. I'm talking about videos and all.
Right.
And sometimes they stay away from things.
Yeah, I'm a little, the only thing that I'm really super cautious about is, like, domestic violence. I don't like posting images of women, like, beat up and stuff like that. I get that really those kind of things bother me. But I'm pretty like open. It's not like we're like, gonna post something that somebody getting the brakes beat off of them, whatever. But, like, I'm cautious. But it's still, this is news. It's out there. So if we don't run it, somebody else is gonna run it. And
I like what you said about the term celebrity friend, because you realize they're not your friend.
They're not my friend.
As soon as you say something about them that they don't agree with, even if it's not bad, it's like, oh, I don't like that song. They're like, oh, what? And they all of a sudden.
And, like, you're not entitled to not like something that they do. Like, and even, like, we'll put out stuff that they put out themselves. But you don't get mad at me because people are commenting, like, making comments that you don't like.
That's a fact.
It's not my job to protect you. And the thing is, we're not friends. And the only reason you're cool with me is because I have a site. Which is fine. Like, this is all a mutual. No, like, people.
You're right.
There are people that are your friend because you are on the Breakfast Club.
That's real.
They wouldn't hit me for any other reason.
No other reason, which is it's fine. But let's be clear and transparent about what this is.
Right, because if you can't be used, you're useless, right?
We all using each other in some way, shape, or form. I try to have genuine relationships with people, though, especially other media people. I feel like media people should be connected.
Yeah. I get that, but yeah, I'm not. I have boundaries, and I in terms of relationships with people, very few people have my number. Because I don't want people asking me to take down stuff, post stuff. Like, I just
smart.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
I
feel like you should know Karen Civil.
I do know Karen
I feel like
Civil.
you and Karen should be cool.
Yeah,
aren't you guys on a tour together?
Yeah, we're on the Earnest Living Tour.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't even know that.
We're on a tour. It's called the Earnest Living Tour. It's targeted towards millennials and entrepreneurs, and it's going to be me, Karen Civil, Mona Scott Young, Tammy Roman, Tyson Beckford. We're going to be in New York, D.C., L.A., Miami, Atlanta, San Francisco, and L.A. I mean, I said L.A., right? Chicago. Yeah,
Okay.
so we're going to be talking to entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs.
Oh, good. That's when you're going to do lip service.
Okay.
When you come back, because we do want to get you on there.
Yeah. This is really,
This is a great platform.
Let me say this. Obviously, it's a great platform, but I just was not prepared. I put a light beat on. I didn't know. I didn't know this was going down. I just thought maybe I was doing this after you guys got done with the show.
Well, just consider it an introduction. We just wanted everybody to know this is Jasmine Brand from thejasminebrand.com.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's the biggest story happening right now?
Well, shoot, I just walked in. They were talking about your boy Fab.
I know.
Punched her and knocked out her teeth and hit her 7 times, Emily B.
That don't sound nothing like Fabulous.
Let me tell you something. I don't know Fabulous. I mean, in passing, I've seen Emily. She's cool or whatever. I don't know if it's true. I would hope it is not. But you do not know what goes on behind closed doors.
That's true.
You have no idea. I have people that I'm cool with that have been in relationships and situations, people, that you would never know they went through something like that or something. Or, I know guys that I know for a fact have done something like this. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just because someone you feel like is a good person, and I'm not talking about that situation directly, but you don't know what people are going through
at all.
You have no idea.
We can't pass judgment. We're just sitting back and seeing what happens because that's a tragic situation.
It's terrible
for everybody, no matter what.
If it happened, it's terrible. And I hope that, the situations like that, I always wish that people, if it happened, I just wish that people would be honest and have an honest conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people are not honest when it comes to domestic violence and domestic abuse. I feel like the women are usually honest about it, but the men don't come clean and say, look, this is what I did. I need to get help. This is terrible. This is horrible. I don't want this to happen again.
And sometimes women aren't honest about it because they don't even know if they want to leave the person when it happens.
They don't.
Because I've seen so many situations with women who can say, well, he did this, but I did this, but this happened, but I did, key his car. Like, they give excuses.
But that's a pattern. That's what women that are in those relationships. First of all, they're embarrassed, they're ashamed, they don't want to tell anybody.
And all you can do is be supportive. I mean, look, I had one friend. I had to actually take her to the police station, given everything that her child's father was doing, and it's the best thing that ever happened to her. I had to call the police station, say, we're on our way right now. Can you please make sure we don't have to wait, because I don't want her to change her mind.
Yeah, because you never know. This thing, everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves.
Right.
Just everybody. Let's all just keep our hands to themselves. And if it's you see those signs early on, I feel like too, but that's not
now,
here nor
I see
there.
you're planning to expand the Jasmine brand even more. So tell us about that.
I can't really talk that much about it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't really.
I'm gonna get the scoop and then I'm gonna put it out there and do an exclusive.
On me, yeah. The thing is, I'm not used to people talking about me, but we're making some. Yeah, we're expanding. We're making some changes, and as soon as it's finished, complete.
So we can assume it's like television, digital media.
Some stuff like that. Yes.
Who do I email interviews to? Like when I want y'all to post content.
TJBstaff@gmail.com.
Oh, I got that. Boom.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we used to get y'all stuff. I don't know if they still.
Well, I send it out every day myself.
Do you? Oh, I didn't know that.
Look at him right there. Okay. And he will harass you, so don't give him your personal information.
No, I have DM Charlamagne myself. It was some story about you. I can't remember. I have DM like, hey.
Could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
I don't remember. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, I have hit him up before. Like, hey, we about to run this. You got something to say?
Mm-hmm. I think I gave a statement, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I can't remember
what it was for.
I can't remember what it was either.
I don't be caring, man. Because my thing is, like, if it ain't the truth, why do you care?
Listen,
and plus, you can't stop the truth
every
anyway.
single day is to report on the rumors. So when people talk about me, I can't really be mad about it.
I know. Well, I don't like people talking about me though, because I feel like I'm not in the.
Trust and believe, Jasmine. If you were involved in some type of scandal,
I know, they're gonna light me up.
If you were in some type of scandal,
yeah,
it would definitely be like Jasmine from the Jasmine brand.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about that's the thing. I feel like people have issue with Wendy because I feel like they think that she's up for grabs. I mean, we should be able to talk about her life because she talks about it.
No, we should. And by the way, I don't like when she doesn't talk about her own stuff, but then still wants to talk about everybody else's stuff.
But you have a personal life. You don't talk about your wife, right? Or do you?
I don't talk about people's personal life, though.
Okay.
Wendy talks about people's personal lives.
She does,
I give critiques on music.
Okay.
And opinions of, like, your art. I don't talk about people's personal life. I don't care.
Okay.
Is that true? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think now too.
I don't know if that's necessarily.
You don't talk about people's
true.
personal life.
I don't. When?
What about Nicki and Safari? Did you weigh in on the breakup and any of that stuff?
You know he did.
No, I didn't. I didn't care. You know what I mean? If anything, I wanted Safari. What I said the other day, Safari needs to stop talking about Nicki
in his interviews.
In every interview.
Yeah. Well, he's
because
asked,
it takes away from his art.
He can't help it though. People ask, what's he supposed to say? No comment.
Yeah.
He could come in saying like, look
at my dick.
Oh, yeah, he could, yeah.
Wow, so that's what you wanted him to do when he came up here?
No, so, I mean, if you think I comment on stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't think that's personal. Like, your dick's online.
So you feel like whatever
is online is...
Whatever is online, someone should be able to reverse it and talk about you about that.
I don't really care. Your wives and your kids, that's none of our concern.
Gotcha.
Everything else, even stuff that got to do with you.
But what if you have a reality show and it's on Front Street on a reality show?
If we're making it a topic, yeah, we can talk about it.
Right.
If we're actually making it a topic on the show, I mean, what's a good example? I'm thinking about Tom Brady when he kissed his son in the mouth or something like that.
Right.
Like, that's a topic for the radio.
Right, gotcha.
I don't care.
So you try to stay away from that. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Well, Angela Yee will be looking up dirt for you. I'm just joking. You're pretty.
Listen, I hear things about me that I'm surprised at, but all I could do is, I don't even really care. I think for me, the main thing is I might just agree with it or laugh at it, and you can't get too upset about it, because part of for what I do, when it happens to me, I'm like, okay, that's what makes me give people kind of the benefit of the doubt, because I know it could happen to me. It could not be true for other people too. So I try to be responsible when I'm reporting, but it's impossible to look up everything.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, it could be fact today, and then tomorrow they could change their mind, and it could be something. It could be a different story.
And let's be clear, all right? When things happen and I'm not sure, I'll be like, well, I read on the Jasmine brand.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So if you have a problem,
take it up with her.
Ta-ding.
She's writing everything herself.
Who's your favorite website? You mentioned Deadline and.
I like Deadline. I like Variety. I like the Hollywood Reporter. I like some of I like those.
You don't like no black ones?
No, I like all the black ones.
Okay.
They're all cool. I like who are some?
She can't think of none. Oh, damn, man.
No, not like that.
That's the headline.
No, that is not the headline. I have love for Baller Alert, Karen Civil,
Boss
Up, The Shade Room, Fameless.
You're feeding her information. Don't look at me.
That is a good question before we get out of here. Like the way Shade Room and Baller Alert deliver their information, is that more effective nowadays?
Well, I just think it's a different strategy where you just I think for the most part they deliver all their content on their Instagram page. You know what I mean? So I think that works. I feel like that there's an audience for that. Just are heavy, get their news from Instagram, and it's an audience. But the thing I don't particularly care about Instagram is that I don't own that content. So I make money off my website. You can make money off Instagram, but I don't own that. So if Instagram, they've shut our account down multiple times, but if Instagram decides they don't want you to have your account anymore, you don't own that.
True.
So I don't like things that I don't own. So that's the only thing. But I like what they do. I love how they do it. I think it's entertaining and it's interesting and it's cool for people that get their news from Instagram. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I never thought about that. Instagram could easily shut down Shade Room or Baller Alert like that.
They can. I mean, I would never want that to happen to them, but that can happen. They don't own it.
But they do make a lot of money doing those ads.
They
on
do.
Instagram
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. They make. And the thing is, we make a ton of money on the site. They make a ton of money on Instagram, but it's just like you can't. It's hard to protect. Instagram because you do not own it and they can do whatever they want.
Now, you're deleting Facebook.
Am I deleting Facebook?
Considering everything that's been happening with people's privacy and
I don't have anything. I don't have a personal page. We have a business account on there.
No, because a lot of people are upset about Facebook right now and saying that Facebook's releasing people's information.
But I say I don't have my personal information.
So you don't care?
Not to kind of know.
Okay.
But kind of don't care. But I mean, I would if I had a personal. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to keep my account.
Damn it.
What are you gonna do?
No, I'm gonna keep mine. I actually make money off my Facebook account too. So,
yeah.
For now, I'm gonna wait it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
But I do believe they have to make a lot of changes. That's
Absolutely.
funny because you realize when you go on Facebook, like I was telling Charlamagne, anything that you Google or look at, it pops up like as ads, and you're like, oh, they have all my information, so now people see everything that you like, don't like, whatever. So.
Yeah, but that's the wave of the future. I mean.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to know everything about you, whether you like it or not. And they're going to market things to you because they kind of are tracking your behavior.
Shit, me. I'm just going to get off social media.
Are you?
Absolutely.
He lying.
Absolutely. Nah. If it gets to that point where they know everything about you. And
I feel like they're going to know a lot about you.
Like even now, sometimes you ever get in your car and like you look down at your phone and it'll tell you where you're going and how long it takes to get there. I'm like, how do you know where I'm going?
I honestly feel like I'm talking about something and I swear it pops up in my search engine.
Damn.
And I'm like,
Siri's on you.
I'm serious.
I'm connected like that with people too though, which is weird.
What you mean?
Like I could be thinking about a person and then they'll text me or they'll call me. Like that literally just happened like an hour ago.
Yeah.
You're slightly psychic.
Low-key, adjacent. Psychic adjacent.
Psychic adjacent.
Yeah.
Well, Jasmine Brand from thejasminebrand.com. Go log on to the site. Anything else you want to plug?
No. Can I just say something? I don't want to plug anything else. I want to say that I have an issue with how Black media is treated. I feel like there's this huge conversation about diversity in Hollywood, and I feel like there's no conversation about the lack of diversity in media.
Right.
You go to a red carpet, they got all the Black outlets at the end of the carpet.
They sure do.
They rush the celebrities. You can't.
They don't want to make them stop.
They won't even stop there. You got big celebrities that will repost. They get a cover from People. They won't repost. Somebody from Baller Alert or the YDF. People so hyped to get on People, Us Weekly, when Black outlets have been supporting their asses from day one. It is really annoying, and I feel a way about it, and it's really frustrating to me because it's like, you can't tell. People is big. I'm not downplaying People, but there are sites like ours and other sites that get way more traction and get way more support, and you're going to get
impact these celebrities.
The thing is, Black Twitter runs a lot of things. We run a lot of things. We can make you go to the movies. We can make you buy albums. We can make you buy clothes. And I just don't understand why there is not the same level of respect or a conversation about why Black media is getting treated the way that they are.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I've said that.
Point.
And then they get one other thing. And then I feel like, these Black actors and these people of color, they start off with this Black team, these Black agents, these Black publicists, and they get to a certain level and you can't see nobody Black around them. And they ditch them. And I have a huge problem with that too. I'm sorry, I just got upset thinking about it.
Even like Kevin Hart, they never put us on his press run, but
ever.
He
calls
us
comes on
himself and says, hey, they don't have me down for you guys, but I got to make sure I'm coming to the Breakfast Club. Can you guys fit me in at this time? And he takes the proactive decision to call us up and say, I want to come by.
Anything Kev does big, he comes here. Anything.
And as he should.
Ava DuVernay, Lena Waithe, Tiffany Haddish, Jason Mitchell.
Yeah, Jason Mitchell from The Chi. he wasn't supposed to come up here. They didn't have him, but he was in town, and I happened to tweet about The Chi, and he retweeted it, and then I said, I would love for you to come on the Breakfast Club, and that's how it happened. It didn't happen because anybody from the show booked him.
And the thing is, and mainstream outlets are covering things that Black outlets are talking about. So if people hear something on the Breakfast Club, they're starting to even use the terms that we, it's a little frustrating, and I just wanted to say that because it baffles me.
I agree with you.
That's
why I really salute all the Black actresses and actors and people in Hollywood who still come to the Black outlets. The Chadwick Bosemans, the Gerard Carmichaels and Lil Rels, the Issa Raes.
Why would you not?
Because we might be the difference between an extra $4 or $5 million that weekend, or an extra 1 million people watching your show,
right?
Or extra a couple 100,000 buying your book. Seriously, you never know.
Right. Yeah, we make a big impact, and I feel like people just assume we're going to support them anyway. And I feel like there's no respect there. You know what I'm saying?
They feel like they made it when they get to certain outlets. But forget about the outlets that have been helping them make it.
So why continue to post them then?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's a decision we're about to make.
Yes.
I think that's a decision we're about to make.
If you're not giving us no energy, why should we give you any energy?
Yep.
We're about to find out who you mean exactly when we see who's not getting no love no more.
Yes, we will. And the thing is, they still send us stuff, but you don't know. It's a new day. But anyway, thanks so much for having me, guys.
Jasmine Brand and JasmineBrand.com, and it's the Breakfast Club.